Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. We have been following the federal lawsuit styled as Scofield versus Guillard. This has been pending in federal court in Idaho since December of 2022. It directly relates to the Idaho versus Kohberger case because the plaintiff, a history professor at the University of Idaho, charged the defendant with defaming her, with alleging that she had some culpability regarding the crimes that occurred at 1122 King Road. If you have not yet had an opportunity to review our prior content on this topic and look at the court filings in the federal court matter, please do. This case is preparing to go to trial, which will occur in February of 2026 in Boise, federal court, not state courthouse. In our last episode, we had noted that in preparation for trial, the plaintiff had filed her exhibit list, proposed exhibits that she wanted to introduce at the forthcoming jury trial, and made a comment that it was interesting that while there were some documents from the Idaho versus Kohberger case, one related to the Moscow Police Department of press release and also some policies from the University of Idaho. An item that was not included was Ms. Guillard's efforts to obtain documents from the Idaho versus Kohberger case. We reported to you that back in May of 2025, the defendant in the federal case, Ms. Guillard, filed a motion which is not on the court docket in Idaho versus Kohberger because Judge Hippler struck it from the record and instructed her as a non-party that if she wanted to request records under seal, that she needed to do it through a public records request in Ada County, and the email address and the contact information was provided. Now, although the motion explaining what it was that Ms. Guillard was looking for was stricken from the record in the Idaho versus Kohberger case, it appears on the record in the federal case. Ms. Guillard filed that motion. She filed the court's order striking it and advising her to go to Ada County and seek what she was asking for in a public record. We have here the public records response from Ada County to Ms. Guillard of May 15th, 2025. It is unknown at this time if Ms. Guillard was able to obtain any of these records because, as her motion states, she is a plaintiff in a federal case and she needs this information, as she states in this motion, for the defense of the federal action. She specifically stated it goes to her affirmative defenses, her defenses to the federal lawsuit. Now, we are going to go over this motion. It is lengthy. As we do, we'll take a couple of pages at a time and go through it and then have discussions on what was raised, what she's looking for, what her legal authority. She did cite the Idaho Public Records Act in this motion. And then we're going to simultaneously wait for Ms. Guillard's exhibit list to see if she was successful in getting any of the records that she asked for that were under seal and is introducing it in the federal case, or will introduce it in some other manner in the federal case. Please continue to stay tuned to this channel for further installments discussing the motion that was filed in Idaho versus Kohberger, the legal grounds cited, and what specifically Ms. Guillard was seeking from records under seal in Idaho versus Kohberger. We give our opinions, our commentary, our thoughts, as we always do, pursuant to the First Amendment to the United States Constitution. If you would like to share your comments, your opinions, with other members of the public, please do so here. Until next time, this is Kathy. Thank you for joining us here today.